Alright, who here is ready for some Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time? Not just your regular OOT though. We've got ourselves a randomizer game. Here to go ahead and play, we've got the one and only TheWayfaringFox, and joining us in commentating is Bread!
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello. I imagine we're all experiencing a good morning. I am on my, I think, third cup of coffee.
I'm on number 1, and it's 6 in the morning here, so we'll see. I'll probably get another one partway through.
Indeed. So, Fox, Bread, introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about this run we'll be seeing this morning.
So I'm Fox. My handle's TheWayfaringFox. Pretty much, like my Twitch and Twitter handles are those, but I go by Fox for short. Pretty much anywhere else. So, a brief rundown about what's going to happen for this randomizer. These settings are a bit of a showcase of some unique things that occur in Ocarina of Time 3D specifically. So, if for the people familiar with Ocarina of Time Randomizer, there are a couple settings that do not exist in that randomizer. We have different developers for each randomizer. For this randomizer, we have medallions and stones, the dungeon rewards. They're shuffled anywhere, and I'm gonna be looking for all of them to enter Ganon's castle. On top of that, it's gonna be all dungeons required, like all of the main dungeons. So the 3 child dungeons plus all 5 adult temples need to be beaten to get the Ganon's Castle boss key. And the goal is to do all that and then get the light arrows to be able to beat the seed.
That's a
So,
lot.
yeah, it is a lot. Another setting that is on that's unique to this randomizer is that the adult trade items, all adult trade items are uniquely shuffled. So if you have an adult trade item turned in, it will just give you a random item of any kind, and all of them are shuffled in the item pool that way. And we're gonna be playing on minimal, so I'm gonna be at 3 hearts, all run. There's gonna be only 1 bomb bag, only 1 bow, and only 1 magic upgrade. So that's gonna
Super
make
hard
things kind
mode.
of whack, kind of really something else depending on how the seed goes. So.
And we also see that you are going to be playing as the blue Link here, winner of earlier bid war. And yes, actually, that Freckles say good morning and congrats on 5K. Yes, congrats indeed. Day 1, raising over $5,000 for the Organization for Autism Research. We've got an amazing game coming up by Fox and with Bread on commentary. So let's keep those donations coming in. ! Donate in the chat to go ahead and get that going through, to go and share your sweet donations. Put those donations towards bid wars, incentives, all that great stuff. Fox, Bread, anything else you'd like to share?
Did we not have a file name?
We did not.
Okay.
And I guess to quickly introduce myself, mostly I do commentary for OOT Randomizer, like races. There's a little racing competitive scene, mostly the N64 version, but in a glitchless sense, 3D has a pretty good parody. So We'll be able to transition over just fine.
I'll just name the file after the charity.
There you go. Or no B.
So we're starting with the Kokiri Emerald. Okay, so I would like let's give a countdown from here. All right,
Red, I'll let you do the honors, or Fox if you want.
I'll do it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
So we start as an adult Link. There's going to be a bit of an information bomb because the pedestal will tell us where all the medallions and stones are. So Shadow Temple, got one in Zora's River for this. Got one in Gru Training Grounds, one in Deku Tree, one in Kokiri Forest. That might be easy to get, and one in the graveyard.
So I guess to give a little bit of explanation, because there might be some people who are more familiar with the N64 version of Randomizer. I think that one's been showcased more so than the 3D version. Is just the fact that the N64 version doesn't have like the medallions and stones can just be shuffled literally anywhere, which is the case here. So yeah, when you mentioned anywhere, it meant literally anywhere in the game. Not just dungeons. And also, as you just saw, the fact that the sword pull animation basically didn't exist. You just hit the A button, poof, done. Go fast.
Zora's Domain Foolish, and Gerudo Fortress Way of the Hero. Okay. You want to explain Way of the Hero?
So, Way of the Hero. So, because especially OOT is a bigger Zelda game, Way of the Hero just means that an item that is absolutely required to beat the game is located in this area. It doesn't tell you in particular, but what's this? Like a blue rupee. But it doesn't like tell you where specifically. It just might say, "Oh, it's in Kakariko. Oh, it's in the graveyard." But yeah, it just tells you something super important's over there.
So we don't start with the weird eggs, but I start with a bunch of like equipment for the seed, including the ocarina, just to make things more streamlined. Start at night as adults so you can get the weird egg immediately and not have to deal with it. That's Thor's Fountain Foolish. Okay.
And then Foolish Location is the exact opposite of Way of the Hero. Mostly meaning there is absolutely nothing of importance over here. You're just going to find junk. Junk meaning just like rupees or something. So, just the normal. At the start, a couple more normal things you'd expect. Going to visit Zelda, which in this case, songs are just randomized in their respective song locations. So, considering in the base game, you go up and see Zelda and you get Zelda's Lullaby, that is a song location. Just go up and talk to her, except you could get Zelda's Lullaby. It is randomized after all, but more than likely you're going to get something completely different. And then, of course, the guard section is skipped because who wants to do that in one pass?
Prelude to start out. That's actually a really nice song to get early in this.
Yeah, Prelude doesn't unlock anything, but it is incredibly convenient for fast travel purposes. Especially as child, where getting back to Hyrule can be a little bit of a pain.
Should probably just go straight to the Lon Lon. So I do take notes while I do this. So mostly because it's really hard to know about the medallions and stones without taking notes because it can be anywhere.
There's a lot to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you know, every single one of those Sheikah stones gives you a hint in the game, and well, you need to keep track of all those as well. And in this case, I believe every stone is unique. I want to say, but there's a bunch of different settings.
Oh, that was a perfect 3.
Oh, nice.
Couple things I think we didn't mention. One thing that's really important is we have. Oh, that's storms right there. I need to go to Kakariko pretty much immediately right here. The dungeons, we have these settings have dungeon entrance randomizer turned on, so the dungeon entrances are shuffled amongst each other. And we can skip song playing cutscenes, and it's really fast. That setting's a really neat one within the randomizer, where you can just skip the song playing animation.
Yeah, so there were a couple changes made to accommodate the fact that dungeons can be randomized anywhere, because, you know, bottom of the well is normally only ever open for child, and, you know, you walk in and suddenly it's Fire Temple, clearly a place that child can't normally beat. There are some changes made, like there's a boulder that blocks the bottom of the well for adult normally. Though, funnily enough, there's the whole thing where it actually doesn't exist at nighttime for adult for whatever reason in the vanilla OOT 3D. You can go check that out yourself.
The boulder is, to be a little bit more specific, it's there as child. Really should try not to talk while doing this, but it's there as child during the day. And only during the day. It's really silly.
I mean, can't go when it's past your bedtime, right?
Yeah, the boulder has a 9 to 5 job blocking the hole in the bottom of the well. When it's nighttime, the boulder just goes home and sees their family.
All the little rocks and stones.
Yeah. Got a little pebble recently.
Oh, congrats.
I should also mention there's a stone in Gerudo Valley while we were talking, so I'm gonna stay child a little bit. Because getting one check in Gerudo Valley is very annoying as adult, so I would not want to deal with that ever.
Yeah, plus in general, before you really have any items, child does have a lot more to do than adult right out the gate. Adult mostly just has access to Kakariko and Graveyard, notably like Dompe's race.
Do you have time to sneak in a couple of donations?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Moonblaze Wolf donates $5, saying that donation total has been stuck for way too long. I agree. I agree. And Tausrace from earlier donated $41 for his deaths in Mecha Zoo and Mecha Menagerie. I know he originally agreed on the minimal pool, and we'll move that over to the Complete World 5 in Pico Park. Yes. The exclamation point incentives in chat for all of the different things to donate to. So everybody, let's get those donos in.
Alright, and as you may have noticed there, Wayfaring completely skipped that chest in the grotto, and you might be wondering, well, if anything can be anywhere, why would you skip a chest? I mean, just the chest. There's another setting turned on, where essentially the chest will actually change if there's something important in it or not. So, you know, if the chest is big, oh hey, there's gonna be something actually useful in there. Compared to, you know, like rupee refill or like ammo refill or something. It helps keeps things a lot faster, especially when, you know, especially when you're really just looking for 1 or 2 items to beat the game, and you can start just running through places, looking at chests and just leaving or not, depending if they actually have something.
I have to wait there.
Yeah, Meow's chest size is on. I mean, obviously, you know, you can make the settings however you want. That's part of the fun part of Randomizer. It's the fact that you can just kind of customize it to your playstyle. But when trying to keep things fast as possible, it's actually pretty nice to have. So yeah, that's Kajiro up there at the top. Eventually grab as adult at some point.
Oh, we got Jabu here. I can't do anything yet, though. So, about the Jabu entrance, logic only did like we have what's known as logic for entrances, and only 3 dungeons can be there because it's a child-only location. And those dungeons are Deku Tree, the Well, or just Jabu being vanilla. So since I found Jabu already, it's either Deku Tree or the Well there. Most of the time, it's really just gonna be the Well up there. I think that's the most common thing. Empty Mido's house. Got a question from chat. 3D Rando the same as OT Rando in function? They're pretty much mostly the same. Like it's just different developers.
Yeah, 3D Rando is made by a different team than the N64 randomizer. And there's Spirit Medallion right there. Well, this is pretty simple. If you're talking about the original OT3D, yeah, it was Grezzo who ported it, and they did use the original game's source code in the process.
Oh
There
yeah,
was
that.
a couple small changes.
Yeah, that's true. I believe Grezzo's been, for like Zelda games, been majorly involved with OOT 3D, Majora's Mask 3D, Triforce Heroes, and let me do this. Scroll mash check. And then
They also
Link's
did
Awakening
Link.
Switch.
Yeah, I was about to say Link's Awakening.
Yeah, they were involved in Triforce Heroes, yes.
Yeah, they're the main developers of it. Yeah, they were. Alright, so... no, power crouch stabbing is definitely gone. It makes combat when trying to go fast quite a bit different. Mostly because N64, you do a jump slash and you hold shield and you start stabbing them in the shins as fast as possible to kill them. Doesn't quite work in this game.
No shin stabbing.
Nah. So far,
Militarius, huh?
I'm wondering what your first major item is going to be at this point, because I haven't seen anything so far. No bombs, no hook shot. Really, those are the most important ones, honestly. As it turns out, bombs and hook shot kind of blocks like at least half the game, if not more.
Not those caverns, way of the hero. Okay.
I asked Lisa Sarius-san let you continue the mask quest. Well, lens is a is a unique item. Doesn't quite help.
Yeah, it doesn't help right now.
Realistically, the only thing that really helps for it is the little treasure chest game, but... Now I'll have to say hello to whatever dungeon ends up being here in the Deku Tree.
The most common foolish outside Gan's castle.
And there is all of one whole item out there. Statistically, with there being like 300 different like items you can get from chests.
Oh no! Oh gosh, that's fun.
Inside Ganon's castle. Yes, the reason why inside Ganon's castle being Way the Hero is a fun site is mostly because Light Trial exists. And Light Trial, the block to get into it, is really the only thing that truly locks like Strength 3 actually locks checks behind. So, you know, getting inside Ganon's castle is kind of worrisome if you need to find Strength 3 somewhere to actually progress at all. Otherwise, realistically, it doesn't do anything. You just really need Strength 2 for Spirit Temple and GTG, and that's about it.
There's nothing else but the medallion here.
Meow's is asking if you can clip into the Great Fairy Fountain. Considering your expertise is 3D and not me, this is more of a question for you.
You can't. I don't think there's a clip per se, but there is a way in without golden gauntlets. If you just go through the entrance, you'll just get the an ocarina there, even if you start with one. So it doesn't affect anything.
Yeah, the actual Ocarina of Time is actually just the blue coat of paint over the fairy ocarina. It literally does nothing.
You say that, but in Randomizer for Ocarina of Time 3D, you can make it do something.
What can you make it do? This part I don't actually know about.
There is a setting called Intended Door of Time, where you need the ocarina to open the door of time, the Ocarina of Time, as well as all 3 stones.
And Son of Time, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. and yeah, man, that's the same here. That trigger Saria-san triggers, or not Saria-san, rather just meeting Saria on the bridge only triggers when leaving Kokiri Forest to Hyrule Fields.
Would now be an alright time to make a brief announcement.
Yes, go ahead.
Alright, so once again, !donate in chat to be able to go ahead and grab that donation link, and when making a donation, do not forget to assign it to an incentive or bid war. They'll be visible while filling out your donation details, and a new incentive has now been opened. We are looking for, today, a $2,000 incentive to get our second bonus game for the weekend, Beat Saber, a wonderful, wonderful showcase by Canadian Dragon 2K, to get that unlocked. We've got quite a bit of time, but we need to chip away at that. It's going to be an amazing show of talent. Let's see those donations come in.
Alright, so speaking of the annoying checks in Gerudo Valley that were hinted at probably 10 minutes ago, I forget how long ago at this point.
On the at the start. That's the ruby up there.
Yeah, you can definitely get that box as adult. It is kind of annoying to do. But possible. At least I know in the N64 version you can do a very precise like recoil jump slash off a wall to get there. It is super duper precise. I'm not sure if you can do that in the 3DS version. I know the physics are a little different with the frame rate increase.
Okay. So if the other stone is in the fish, like in child fishing. I have access to the Ocarina of Time song. That specifically would be.
Yeah, Meow, as far as I know, you can't shuffle them in... Yeah, they can't be shuffled into the N64 randomizers, item pools. They're purely just dungeon rewards, and that's it. That feature is a unique one for OOT 3D. As for why that's the case, I actually don't know. I'm not sure if it's just like a coding thing or something. Because who knows?
Alright. Yep. Figures it wouldn't be that easy.
Yeah, medallions were originally supposed to be usable items. And they were also supposed to be for making your elemental arrows. Which means you'd have 6 different elemental arrows and 6 different medallion spells you could use. But a lot of that stuff came out with the beta, the whole beta build leaks and stuff, and all that's really cool, honestly, if you look at it. Just seeing a lot of what they originally planned for the game, and the fact that I think it was Light Medallion was basically the fairy spell from Zelda 2 was kind of wild. And I can honestly see why they axed that. The fact that Link could just fly around is Navi. I would assume the engine just would not be able to handle it in some areas if you could just fly up and look at everything.
That's just lovely right there.
Telling you to go back, child, to
To get
Domain
it
and
being...
River. Yeah, unless Requiem leads to, like, Deku Tree or something you can more easily do. So at the moment, this is just, I guess in my brain, considering I've commentated plenty of races and watched plenty of randomizer races. It's kind of like the autopilot mode in my brain, just doing all the very basic checks you can do. That was my mic flying off. All the basic checks you can do without any real item requirements, which most people refer to as Sphere 0 or Sphere 1, depending on where you're from, really.
My gosh, please. I was hoping not to get hit, because if you don't get hit, you can do this really fast, but I'm gonna hit like every flame right now.
Dompe's homing fireballs.
Like, you actually do move faster while rolling in this game compared to the original game. And that's might be the Shadow Medallion here.
Yeah, if you eat 3 flames in the original, you definitely don't get 50. Yeah, I know definitely the rolling is different in the 3DS version, mostly because of the FPS increase and how they had to change the animation to compensate. And speeds are a little different because of it. There's definitely using the original game's code and increasing the frame rate has it's a little bit of a few weird effects that they tried their best to fix, and not 100% fix.
Got time for a quick donation?
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome. So we have a $12 donation from Firebird Lover saying, I crashed almost minutes after finishing a Dark Matter hunt worth fighting for commentary last night and forgot to donate for the pass we found. So here's the $10 I promise, plus $2 interest for the late donation. Let's make that Beat Saber happen. Yes, thank you so much, Firebird, for those $12. And yes, let us make that Beat Saber happen. $2,000 incentive for this evening. Let's go.
Alright. Well, there we go. There's a bomb bag right there.
Yeah, just right there. See, Randomizer is really fast if you can just run straight at the items, so you knew exactly where they were. It's very quick. You just gotta know.
I probably should grab this before entering. Oh, and here's DC here.
Vanilla DC, and you just got your bomb bag? Well, why not?
I'm gonna drop the second roll. So we're gonna have to quickly explain hover boost movement because there's quite a bit going on with it. There's a little hop animation that occurs when you put on boots because they're equipable items in Ocarina of Time 3D. And if you roll at the same time you equip the hover boots or like iron boots, you'll automatically equip them. Alright. Well, that went from somewhat concerning to, oh, I have quite a bit to work with now within a matter of a couple minutes.
Yeah, bombs and hookshot really does lock the vast majority of the game. Yeah, so just doing your normal DC clear, which honestly is probably gonna be towards the start of any scene unless it's particularly extremely mean, which can happen. I mean, honestly, that's part of the fun of Randomizer is the fact that things can go horribly wrong in a very quick amount of time if it decides to just be mean to you. That's part of the fun of it, honestly.
Oh, okay. It's a fun bonk to do. That's a Zora tunic. Doing the hook strat's gonna be a little awkward, so I'll probably just climb back up. You can hook shot onto like a chest up there, but I think with the small one, it's really not really something I should try to do.
Yeah.
It's only if it's a vanilla, like, big chest there.
Yeah, if the chest is small, you can't really hook shot it.
There's a peak for this chest, when I have bombs, I just throw it open anyway, because I can just have it, the thing open during the cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is important to note that things still can go terribly wrong, despite me having all this stuff now. I had a seed where I was, like, last night during practice. Oh, well, okay. Immediately when I was thinking about it, that's the only magic in the seed. And the seed I had last night, I spent an hour hunting for that magic that I was doing for practice. It was great.
And yeah, MK. Actually, yeah, Dodongo's Cavern's actually significantly faster to do as adult because, you know, especially at the start there's that little ledge that you can like hit the first switch to open up the rest of the way to the dungeon. Obviously, it's too tall for child to climb up without any, you know, tricks. But adult, being as tall as he is, can just walk up and climb up like it's no problem and skip a big section of the dungeon, and then can just jump towards the bomb bag chest and also skip the other big part of the dungeon, and you can kind of just roll through it pretty quick. I mean, realistically, it's open to adult. Oh, slingshot.
That
Slight
was
convenience.
pretty loaded.
Yeah, no, it was actually a very good Dodongo's Cavern, and I mean, honestly, more often than not, it's really good. It also makes sense considering how barren your start was. It had to load you somewhere. Yeah, Adult Link Sword does double damage. So effectively, if you just want to think of the damage values as numbers, it'd be like Kokiri Sword slash does 1 and Jump Slash does 2. Whereas Master Sword does 2 by default, and then 4 with the Jump Slash. And then Vigoran Sword, yeah, just doubles again. Where it's 4 for a slash and 8 for a Jump Slash. That's just a couple fun little things. That's a big chest right there. A couple fun little things with chest size matches contents is doing a couple things like we're seeing with like charging up the spin attack there, or a couple times you may see Wayfaring just roll into a wall and go in first person, and suddenly Link's head is kind of clipping into the wall and you can see through stuff. All really useful for the purposes of just looking to see if a chest is big or not.
I'm definitely gonna have to buy bombs from the shop here.
I mean, honestly, what else are you gonna spend your money on? Also, if I remember, Wayfaring, I believe sticks don't do Master Sword damage in 3D, do they?
They do not. They do 2 damage and only 2 damage.
Yeah, so you can't get jump slash damage.
Yeah, you can't get jump slash damage.
Yes, I mean, a stick hits as hard as a regular Master Sword slash, but... Yeah, so in the N64 version, the jump slash, like, you could do a stick jump slash for the same as Master Sword jump slash.
Yeah, I got that 20 just because I wanted to just get whatever's there, even if it was rupees. Well, I should have just reset the room. Heat timer. It's a little bit of a pain to deal with.
Yeah, when you're limited to 3 hearts, the heat timer is actually kind of a pain. Because the heat timer actually does change with the amount of hearts you currently have. So if you enter a room with 3 hearts, you get 24 seconds. 2.5 hearts, you get 20 seconds. It's essentially every quarter heart is 2 seconds of time. So when you have when you're playing with an HP limited setting, it is kind of annoying. Especially when you're trying to deal with like Volvagia and Fire Temple. Make it a little obnoxious.
I mean, it is a hard mode for a reason.
Yeah, there's definitely workarounds.
These hints recently got a Death Mountain Crater hint, which is clearly for not turn. Inside Death Mountain Crater, and then I got a hint for Kojiro. Nice.
If I remember, Kai, I'm not sure if it's the same in the 3DS version, but I know for sure in the N64 that yeah, it's hearts are actually tracked to like the 16th, and I believe just like standing in lava deals like really tiny amounts of damage, and you can actually see it if you just go stand in the lava in the Donga's cavern. You'll see it'll be at a quarter heart, and it'll actually take several hits of damage to actually kill you, which doesn't really make any sense, but it is tracked down to a tiny number.
I can do most of Shadow at this point, but why would I without it? Unless if it locks ZL, there's no reason to. ZL is Zelda's Lullaby for anybody who wasn't sure about what I just said.
I mean, to be fair, you could just pull it right over here in Sacred Forest, or... Or, I mean, if you did do Shadow, I mean, you could just open the shortcut and leave. And it wouldn't be the end of the world, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, no, you can't open the shortcut. Never mind. You don't have strength. I forgot. This is nice little bit of movement to get through the maze, no problem. Just skip the whole maze. You know, why would you bother walking through it? Well, right now we could potentially go further and fire depending on what we find. That is a key chest. Key chest means it could go a little further. And so in dungeons especially is when you kind of consider logic a little bit. Logic being the what the seed makes and expects you to do in order to beat it. So, considering at this point you need 2 small keys to actually advance the dungeon, you can kind of roll things out. Like, so if we find 2 small keys in here, then we can continue on. But if we don't, or in this case, we find the boss key.
Yeah, we're locked out.
Yeah. This means they're all locked out, because that means in order to actually progress the dungeon, you need 2 small keys to progress. There's no other way around it. And
that means the hammer at this point already.
Yeah, which means you absolutely need the hammer to actually do anything here. So you can just go ahead and go ahead and do your little checks and leave, and you really don't have to bother with this place till you find a hammer.
I should grab it. I was a little unlucky with the enemy with the like rupee drop. The like can drop between 15 and 60 rupees. It's kind of, I've always found it silly that that's the range for that. And I found that wall masters are even worse with the drop range in rupees. Like, you can get 100 rupees if you kill a wall master. It's really funny. It's entirely possible. There's another key. But yeah, definitely need hammer and probably a tunic to get do anything else here. Alright, so one thing I will mention, if this is not Zelda's Lullaby, that's a little concerning. Actually, where's Forest Med again?
Yeah, where's your first medallion? Where's your Zora Sapphire at? So both of those would get you a song.
Forest. It's in River for the medallion for Forest Med.
Okay.
Alright, well that's Bolero. I think.
Well, you could full clear River as child, or just go there as adult, and just hope you find a Forest Medallion without the Sauna Storms check. And also you get an item here, I believe. Oh no, you don't. Oh, so you wait. You said you don't get
like
Limeare's
Kylie
Pepsin.
at first.
Rudolph, I'm almost positive someone's made a damage chart. I would not be surprised if it exists. I don't know. I don't know where it'd be. It seems like one of those things that seems kind of obvious it would be made to me, but it could be wrong.
If you were wondering who does the most damage, but that's a fantastic hint right there, Graham. I appreciate it. If you're wondering who does the most damage, if you've ever been hit by Ganon's charge attack, that is the most damage out of anything in the entire game.
How much is the charge attack?
5 hearts. Nothing else does more damage than that.
Honestly, the positioning of like the background element and the bloopy there, I thought it was an elemental arrow at the for just fine, just a little bit. Also, you do have a Pona.
I do.
Easy to
gosh.
forget.
I was actually curious about that too. I'm like, well, I'm not a speedrunner. Maybe it's just faster this way.
It's faster to have a Pona for the second part of this. Like, actually, this long distance and then going across the fences to Lake Hylia, since that's actually where I want to go.
Yeah, backwalking's pretty fast in this game. Like, I would say if you're going from like Hyrule to Kakariko, you're just gonna want to backwalk it. Or even to Zora's River, you probably want to backwalk it.
We need 30 Skulltulas, everybody!
Nice.
I knew. Well, strap in for some fun.
On the plus side, launch shot isn't really used for much of anything beyond Water Temple, and I mean it could also technically be required.
Alright, so let me just mention, I have 1 scale right now. If I have 2, that means I have access to the Water Temple. Like, the Water Temple entrance.
True.
So, that could be required at this point.
Oh, is gold scale in logic? Gold scale water?
Gold scale water is in logic, yes.
I'm so used to the the race settings, and that's just not in logic, but just allowed. Got it.
I think the big thing to know is that with like the dungeon entrances, it can be required of you.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm dumb. Yep. I get it now. Yeah, Kai. It's basically there are 2 hook shots. The first one is just gonna give you a hook shot. The second one's just gonna upgrade it. It doesn't matter what order you find it in. Well, yeah, realistically, launch shot is only, like, for a hard requirement, launch shots are really only used for Morpha, really. Everything else that could require a launch shot does have alternatives.
Water temple entrance makes lone shot a bigger factor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. As I mean, it's like it could be required still, but it's not like that. You could just find iron boots somewhere and then it's whatever.
Let's go here. Step the dungeon at the nullifier.
Did
Don't
you
see what's here.
lab dive?
I don't have iron boots or gold scale.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't do
duh.
it.
For whatever reason, I just talked about iron boots. I'm like, oh yeah, just go and do the lab dive. Duh. And I was like, yeah, I was just talking about theoretical iron boots, not actual iron boots. Yeah, Rudolph the Cubs is correct. Yeah,
So
it just rolls a dice on every 20 frames.
Alright, so the tiled dungeons I haven't seen are I haven't seen Jabu or Shadow Temple. Shadow Temple you can access if tiled. I think that's it. Yeah. Okay. So that confirms. I'm pretty sure that the following is true. I think that Shadow Temple is spirit, and the well is at Jabu.
Hey, didn't you see the well at Spirit Temple?
Did I see the well at Spirit Temple?
I could have sworn it was there, but I could be wrong.
I wasn't paying attention to the Dungeon of Spirit. I should like it. I should just double check after this. So if the well is at Spirit, then that means Deku Tree is at Spirit. Is at Jabu, excuse me. Oh, I don't have ZL, dude. That's a. Oops. I'm still missing ZL. Great. I went there because that's actually an item that was hinted, so I really need to. I do want to get it at some point.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if your Force Medallion has ZL at this point.
Or, it could totally be for what the OOT ZL right here. It could totally be that with me needing either gold scale or even worse, I need an eyeball frog to trade to the guy in Lake Hylia right now for the sapphire.
Got time for a quick announcement?
Sure.
Just because I heard it, speaking of OR, the Autism for Autism Research has been founded and led by the families of children with autism throughout its 20-year history. They've earned a reputation for excellence from the autism community, as well as charity review organizations, currently holding a 4-star rating from Charity Navigator and a top-rated rating from great nonprofits. We're donating for that awesome cause. Type out !donate in the chat to see how you could donate, and for more information, type !charity or visit them at www.researchautism.org. Sorry, I had to do it. I heard "or" really loud.
That's fair. Alright, just go and just grab a couple more hints. Kind of useless one there, but you know, some you lose some in that case. You said it was Force Medallion down here, right? Or was it Zora Sapphire down here?
Forest Medallion. So at least it can't be on Frogs too. Actually, it totally could be.
It's unlikely at this point, but it is possible. Wait, no, ZL.
It's possible. It's
yeah.
possible if Zeo's
Yeah,
on
if-
OT. Sunsong is an ice.
It would have to be if Force Medallion is on.
Song of Time would have to be in Composer Grave ZL on OT for it to be there.
Yeah. Because at that point, Forest Medallion would have to lock the 2 adult songs.
Oh, okay, it's just here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I statistically really didn't seem that likely that it would be on Frogs too. Possible, but it would have to be. It had to be basically a very specific song layout for that to actually work.
I knew I was gonna see it. It's not like Storms has lost the entire seed. Oh my gosh.
Storm
Immediately when I
locked
thought of it.
Comeback, which locked basically everything so far.
I don't think I peeked this super well.
Yeah, this was
Okay.
well. I guess you could grab your Temple of Time song and pray at ZL and then come back, or do this now.
Yeah, it's either ZL or Song of Time because none other song can be Way of the Hero right now.
So one of the plus sides of minimum item pool, it's kind of sort of a plus side, is just the fact that every big chest is more likely than not gonna have something vaguely important in it. You know, you're not gonna find your 3rd slingshot upgrade when you're really looking for light arrows or something. There's only 1 copy of each of the items.
Alright, that's Din's Fire.
Yeah, the smooth like's kind of weird, and I mean, to me, I am so used to the N64 version that seeing this game at a higher frame rate, I'm just like, what is this? This is weird. I am used to my silky smooth, like 20 FPS and 64 OOT. It looks like you have to grab that small key after all.
Yeah,
But well, Din's is another dungeon.
Do we have time for another donation?
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. Let's raise up some hype for a $100 donation from Melon Speedrun saying, hey there, I'm new to the stream, but I already love the content you guys are doing for Ore. Keep on doing what you do and enjoy the games. Awesome stuff, Melon. Thank you so much for the donation here. And everyone, if you also want to hop in on this donation hype, we have raised over $5,000 and counting for the Organization for Autism Research. Go ahead and type in !donate in chat. Don't forget to put it towards an incentive like that Beat Saber incentive with a $2,000 incentive for later on this evening. Let's make that happen.
Oh, I didn't beat this. This one I really should have beat.
Yeah, oh well. Not the other one.
Well, it's big anyway, so I guess it's fine.
Because it wouldn't matter anyway. Oh, the Goron Sword is honestly pretty nice to find before you hit any adult dungeons.
Do this.
Yeah, you've got a slingshot now, may as well. I think those guys in the lobby, like, I think they specifically always drop bombs when you kill them, do they? Don't they?
It's not completely guaranteed. It's like 9 in 16, I believe, chance of the Armos dropping bombs. Let's start doing some child's like stuff. I'm adult locked out of spirit anyway, so there's no reason to continue. I just want to collect the skulls here before forgetting.
Yeah, I mean, you do have access to 5 pretty easy skulls to grab over here. At this point, it's in terms of your item pool, it's like you're one item off from a lot of dungeons at the moment to be able to do. Or one item off for each different dungeon. You know, you need your bow to do forests. You need your hammer to do fire. Still need the launch shot for water.
Game's being such a tease.
Just trying to find just the one more piece of the puzzle to really get going.
I'm gonna do Len's minigame and then I'll go back adult.
Yeah, may as well clear out as much as you can, child. Well, you still can. You'll have to aid. You'll definitely have to aid exchange.
I should have
again,
had the guessing minigame for this. Normally people guess.
yeah, so you'll definitely see this if you ever end up watching races of OOT Randomizer. Mostly because this chess minigame here is a total coin flip on each chest, and it's so it's a one. So you have a 1 in 32 chance of just guessing correctly, because you're just winning 5 coin flips in a row. And so usually, if you ever end up watching any of those streams, you'll end up seeing the chat just suddenly typing in L's and R's, just guessing left or right, and trying to see if they get the 1 in 32.
Gonna be a little bit faster. Just they warp out and then play Pyramid.
Which, funnily enough, I did actually commentate a race where it was a race of one guy who knew where light arrows was in chess minigame and was trying to get the Lens of Truth to do it, and the other guy who spent 15 minutes trying to brute force chess minigame trying to guess the 1 in 32. I was rooting for that guy to win.
Alright, it is Zozo by here.
Yeah, I figured. The ZL itself locks several songs.
I see Desert say on nuts. It's like I feel the same every time I see Deku nuts come out of a chest. I'm like, oh no, it's nuts.
I was hoping for either Song of Time or Serenade there. That was because I know Sun Song is in ice. So
Yeah, Serenade, another song, doesn't unlock anything. We get into Lake Hylia is a massive pain every time. It's nice to have a quick way of getting there.
I think I dipped Shadow. I can't beat it because I was hoping to buy shoes, but I wasn't getting like any rupees. But so I'll probably just dip Shadow and then just leave out.
Yeah, at least you have the strength to move the block.
Yeah.
Which, actually, funny little coincidence that really never comes up in the vanilla game, honestly, unless you get like a lot more heavy glitching territory. But just the fact that technically Goron bracelets are absolutely required for moving the The blocks
Also-
that you see in like Forest Temple and Fire Temple and such.
Most people skip them, so I'm gonna go over here for
Oh,
two quick Skulltulas.
Oh yeah, most people skip them, but it is one of those things where you wouldn't think that the game technically keeps track of Goron Bracelet as adult Link because it's not even on his model. Like they show it pretty prominently on the child Link model, but it's just doesn't exist in adult Link. But the game does actually check for it for those blocks, funnily enough. You won't be able to actually move them at all without Goron Bracelet. Even though for all intents and purposes the game would assume that you would have to have Goron Bracelet to even get there in the first place.
Alright. If there's anything to say, feel free to say while I quickly go head on over to Shadow Temple.
You got it. I was just about to ask. So we have 2 donations for me to read. Jagsy gives $5, just saying thanks with a little heart, and a massive $200 donation from Dicey. That's right, the dev of Tunic, which was our bonus game last night. He says, "Good job, everyone." Thank you so much, Dicey, for coming on by, seeing us have a ton of fun with your game. And tune on in for the rest of the weekend for some awesome game like this randomizer going on right now. As you're going through, remember that there is a second bonus game set up for Beat Saber later on, so when you exclamation point donate, remember your exclamation point incentives to be able to raise money for that exclamation point charity. Let's get it to happen.
I just realized one silly thing about that Dodongo's Cavern Way of the Hero. That slingshot, because Deku Tree is at Jabu, is Way of the Hero because of that. So we have a Way of the Hero slingshot in this seed. There's only one slingshot. So
What do you need Slingshot for?
to beat Goma logically. Logic expects you to have slingshot to defeat Goma.
I was just curious of like there's specifically something with the Jabu location that made it.
Yeah, Deku Tree. Right, there's no other place that can be there. A small thing with this fight, you want to do a specific amount of damage to it in each phase, but you can't like hit him like while he's trying to go back underground in Ocarina of Time 3D. So
Yeah, there's in the N64 version you can just hit him with a jump slash before he goes all the way down, and or like a charge up spin slash also works. Doesn't quite work in this game. One of the many little smaller differences.
Fox
Yeah,
Bridge? That's good.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, yeah, Kai, there's a lot of $5 chests technically, just because, whenever, like, if it's like an arrow refill, because there's a lot of chests of that, and you don't have the bow and arrow, then it's just gonna default to just giving you 5 rupees.
And speaking of $5 chests, let's see if we could get a $5 donation train going on, raising money for Ore. And I just want to also say thank you so much, Brad Fox, for amazing gameplay so far. I'm actually going to be headed out myself and passing on the reins to another fun, floppy-eared boofer here, Ahmed's, who will be taking over the hosting and donation reading responsibilities. It was a fun thrill being able to host for everyone this morning. Once again, my name is JD Puppy, and I will be seeing you all in chat. Ahmed, take it away.
Thank you so much, JD. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing fantastic. And thank you so much to all the runners and all the contributors and all the people involved in this wonderful event for making it what it is right now. And I'll be your host, Ahmeds.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello.
Howdy, howdy.
So, I was going, just mostly at this point, just peeking through Shadow Temple, hoping to find something important. Unless you manage to pull a bow or pull a bomb shoe, won't be able to actually beat it because the statue you have to knock down at the very end needs either one of those two things.
I didn't get this one. I had to like back away because I would have just ran straight into that guillotine, taking damage. Just you get like hit in midair, you get like knocked back, and it just wastes time.
Yeah, getting flung back in the air kind of takes a bit to get back up. Isn't like most of the damage sources where you just keep running through it and it's fine.
Got a big chest here. And there's the bow.
Okay, well, turns out Dipping Shadow was absolutely required to do before you had what you needed to beat the dungeon. Nice, cool.
I've found magic in here on several occasions, just for notice. Like I've found magic in here. I've found Din's fire in here required to get to the end of the dungeon. Shadow is weird like that when you got all this stuff going on with Dungeoneer.
Yeah, that and Shadow has a lot more chests that could be items than most dungeons.
Yeah, Shadow and Spirit are hot spots.
Yeah, they're definitely loaded by comparison. Especially compare it to like Forest Temple, which really doesn't have much. And fun little trick there, the fact that those spike blocks. Actually, you know what? Does it work the same in 3D with the fact that they move down so fast you just kind of just clip through it?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much the same thing.
Because I was thinking, I was like, yeah, I was about to explain. I'm like, oh wait, is it maybe because 3D just does like a weird backflip animation that just works in the frame rate? I wasn't sure. I had to ask because I know how it works in the N64 version. But yeah, no, the fact that there's normally a puzzle there, you're supposed to use your strength to pull a block out of the wall and drag it out, put it underneath the big blocks, and use that to get on top of them. Well, really, you can just do a backflip, and as it turns out, the blocks fall so fast that you just kind of clip through them, and you just land on top, and you can just skip that entire puzzle. What kind of blocks are you thinking of, Ian? Is this thing of Tetris blocks falling fast, or?
Not the best room, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's fair. I can respect it. This wind tunnel room, normally you would just use iron boots to get through it, but since you don't have that, it becomes slightly more annoying to get through this room set. Still totally doable without iron boots, but
I just decided to wait and be safe. I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna go out of my way to get the Skulltula here. Let me think about this.
just figuring out your way to route in 30 skulls.
Yes. Nah, I'm gonna skip this one. This one's a little bit too annoying without long shot. So let's just not grab it.
That's why I'm wondering where Force Temple is, because at this point Force is either going to be the water location or water,
No,
ice
water,
gathering.
ice, VTD.
Yeah.
Okay, considering that Deku has a medallion, alright. I do need Ruto's letter before I can get into Gan's castle. So we'll see where that is. Oh, I'm also staying right here just because there's a second Stalfos that spawns, but if you send like at that corner, that Stalfos won't spawn if you do it right.
Interesting.
That was a little spooky. I meant to do a roll clip by...
You have enough time to jump off of it. Maybe you shoot a little bit late.
I thought I was just gonna jump into the void.
I mean, I guess to be fair, I am working with a little bit of delay. Usually, same time as Twitch chat sees it, I see it.
Okay. That way.
Yeah, GD, part of it is just me saying, okay, to go by context, hopefully I'm not talking over something important that happens like 5 or 10 seconds in the future.
I managed to open a chest and get one of the meme items in Ocarina of Time Randomizer. That's the only green rupee shuffled.
Yes, there's only one chest in the game that actually just gives you a green rupee. Honestly, I forget where it is. Is it Mido's house or is it?
It is Mido's house, yes.
Yeah. Mido's house normally has just the one singular green rupee in a chest. And so is affectionately known as Greg. Yeah, there are a couple items that are basically entirely useless and kind of become a little bit of a joke in themselves if you just happen to just find them in a run.
I have Pickle on sword, right?
Yeah,
I
you
should
did pick up
totally
the-
equip that right here.
Yeah, it might make this boss fight a little faster.
Okay. That's why I remembered that I had it in the nick of time. Alright, so do you want to explain what I'm about to do here?
Are you, since I'm 10 seconds behind, you're going to Wasteland, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, essentially, there's when you normally get to the Desert Colossus, like the Spirit Temple location in the vanilla game. Obviously, you come from Gerudo Valley, you walk across, and you get your way across to Haunted Wasteland, and then you have to use Lens of Truth. Follow the ghost through the wasteland all the way, and you get to this location. Easy peasy, no problem. You can just do it backwards, and while memorizing it forwards to get to Spirit Temple without Lens of Truth isn't, you can learn it. You have to figure out the visuals for it. In this case, doing it backwards is obviously quite a bit different in terms of how you have to memorize your movements and what you're looking for. But yeah, you can't just do this whole thing backwards, and this is actually faster to get to Gerudo Fortress than getting on say using Prelude to go to Temple of Time and going on Epona from there. It's actually the fastest way to get over to the fortress.
Not only that, I want the skull, and I want it to still be daytime. I don't have some songs still, so need to preserve daytime heading over here. I say that, and then it's probably going to be Forest, and Forest Temple has a... I'm going the wrong way. Forest Temple has a known quirk in Ocarina of Time 3D, where the normal Forest Temple, once you enter, it makes it noon. Like, right around noon.
Huh. Yeah, I don't think that happens in the N64 version.
Yeah, it definitely does not happen. It's a very weird quirk. And it doesn't work in the Master Quest version of Forest Temple on 3D either. It's only the normal version.
That's just weird. I don't really have any other explanation for that. It's just weird.
Yeah, I don't think there's any other really good explanation of it. Oh, okay, it's a test, I think.
So yeah, going backwards through Wasteland, if you haven't gotten your Gerudo card yet, yeah, you'll just get caught by the guards on the other side of the fence, and you'll get thrown in jail, and it's actually very convenient.
I'm gonna get the chest first. If the chest is just a something that's not important, I will check horseback archery. Because normally it's probably just horseback archery. Horseback archery is 2 checks. But it doesn't have to be all the time.
Yeah. I guess if you really wanted to, you could also peek the Gerudo Valley hammer chest using the. I think if you just charge up the sword spin there, it'll also move the camera. Hey, you actually have a few trade items you could also do. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
I swear, Gyro makes this minigame way too easy. This
Alright.
goes from an actual hard game to almost free with Gyro. Oh, hey, strength. You need those.
Yep. As per the incentive, everything's blue, so the gauntlets will also be blue. And okay, we got vanilla GTG.
Which, with your loadout, you just can't do the toilet room, really.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can't do.
Okay, well, to quickly explain, what I call the toilet room is, well, for randomizer, like racing especially, everybody calls it the toilet. It's the room where you place on a time to open it up, and okay, he just jumps up there for some reason, and you go down, you just collect the silver rupees while like the water's swirling in a circle. And everybody just calls it the toilet room.
Just wanted to ask real quick if I can just make a few announcements.
Sure.
All right, cool. So we have a $54 donation from Anonymous, who's actually JD, saying, "It's always a pleasure to lend my voice for an awesome event to watch awesome gaming and donate to an awesome charity. Donating this to get World 5 to happen for Pico Park." Earflops for the win, which, by the way, we have met our incentive for World 5 for Pico Park. And not to mention, we also have 2 new Bid Wars enabled right now for Lena's Inception that is currently available, and we're also going up over 10% when it comes to unlocking bonus game 2, which is Beat Saber.
And now I have to sit here and wonder how Beat Saber Run works. Weird event like this.
You never know sometimes.
Oh yeah, this this lure is actually a little faster. You just push the block first, and then you walk in. You do a couple spin slashes, because then all the wolves are stuck in a little hallway. And when you spin slash, they can't exactly, flip very far away from you. It's kind of get hit most of the time anyway. Oh, well, that's one revealed big chest. Well, there's your
Another
logical there's your logical bongo kill.
Yeah, let's get all three trade items for Big Juan here, I guess.
Why not?
Yeah, the center chest, if anybody missed that hint, is the eye drops.
Yeah, you can just turn in everything all at once. Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. He over there. It might be interesting if there's like no key over on the right side, then I have access to the right side if I find all the keys elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing that, it's probably not going to be the case.
Well, hey there, I either hope that there's keys over there, or you hope that there's just no items over there and you don't have to bother. I guess I didn't get to see what was on the ledge.
Oh, there's a big chest over there.
You did save, so I guess you could save Scum to see if it's something important. It's hard to tell. That chest in particular is kind of hard. Oh, that's a big chest. That definitely looks like a big to me.
Let's just check this one and then go back.
Yeah, we can just save Scum. And also, wait, well, also there might just be another key on the ledge here on the right. I don't think you got to see it.
Yeah. Okay, there's two keys. So yeah, that's another big chest. What I'm gonna do is go out and just check the saw here. The toilet is one more key. It looks like I would need.
Yeah, because if it turns out Poacher Saw is nothing, then we can just reload the game and effectively just go back to. Just save Scum our keys. That way we don't have to worry about coming back with Iron Boots and Song of Time to get one key to get the item.
Unfortunately, there are 3 keys behind Song of Time, so I think there's no way of me getting the
I know logically it's locked behind some time.
There's no way of me getting the eye drops, is what I mean. Okay, well that's nothing. Let me just double check and see. Maybe the.
Yeah, so to get the eye drops, you would yeah, because 3 keys are locked away behind Sonnet Time. So yeah, you would need to get Sonnet Time in order to get to that eye drops chest.
Yeah. It's also locked behind Iron Boots, which I currently do not have. Well, at least logically. So
Well, if you just get Sonnet of Time, you can just use it on the to get up on the right side without any keys.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, you could just skip the Iron Boots in that case. You'd be fine.
Just a wall. Okay. Let's go to Spirit.
Well, that would let you buy bomb shoes at least if you really wanted.
That's true.
Which may be required. I don't know. Inside Gan's castle is required, so might be important.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. I have had the one chest in Spirit Trial be required with these settings, so.
Yeah, when I did the little practicing with you, it had your strength 3 in there. So now just we can't beat Spirit yet, so we need to find Mirror Shield wherever that might end up being. But Spirit Temple also is pretty dense in terms of checks, and I guess if that doesn't quite make sense, when I say checks, I just mean anything. Oh, well, there's a big chest.
That's very nice to get since I still need skulls.
You still need skulls, and Jabu's also in the well, so you can't just beat Jabu now.
If I find Letter, I'm honestly considering just leaving and coming back.
Yeah, so when I say there's checks, when I say checks, I just mean any chest that you can open, or like an item if you just like talk to an NPC and just get an item or something. Basically anything that would give an item that Link holds above his head is just referred to as checks generally. And so, saying, oh, this place is dense with checks just means you can hit a lot of items very, very, very quickly. And when you don't really have any hints to work with, and you're just, at that point, you're just trying to find an item of any sort to help you. Just going for places that you can do a lot in a very short amount of time is efficient. It's nice for going fast. And this place is called Fastest Furs, after all, so it's very important.
Do we want to talk about the key logic here, or do we not want to talk about it?
Yeah, I forgot. The key logic of Spirit Temple is really dumb and kind of, really dumb in a fun way. To kind of wrap your head around the fact that this temple really does have a lot of ways you could, that unless the logic was as weird as it is, you could easily soft lock yourself. But so that's why, you know, you have fun things of like, for you to open up for the game to think that you can open the first door on the child side of Spirit. So normally the first door you'd ever really go through in Spirit Temple, it thinks that you need access to 5 small keys in order to open up that door. Or the fact that any of the flame checks in here, the game logically expects you to have a fire source and well, it just expects you to have a fire source and magic meter in order to get any of the flame checks in here. Even though, yes, you could just walk in here as child and use a stick.
I make sure I don't miss. Okay. Okay, we're good.
So there is so Spirit Temple key logic is a fun thing in and of itself. There's like a 7-page Google document that goes over in depth on how the key logic actually functions, and in turn what each and every chest actually requires for you. And while it may seem a little silly to think about, because you can just you can do the most of these checks without any of those requirements at all. Because it's logically required, you can sort of use that as a like working backwards. So like, oh, so this chest normally requires launch shot to access, even though you can just walk up to it normally. Well, you can kind of work backwards and be like, okay, well, you know, your launch shot, it means your launch shot has to be somewhere before this dungeon. So any items you find in this dungeon that would allow you to progress, it couldn't be past that if it was required.
In this case, the dungeon's not long shot locked. That is not a key there.
Yeah, so that chest normally expects you to have launch shot, because in theory, you could only have access to enough for enough keys in order to open up adult side but not open up that door. So it expects you to have launch shot in order to launch shot across the gap from normally the mirror shield chest.
I forgot the skull. I want to grab it.
Getting close to that launch shot.
Should be good after checking both this dungeon that I'm going to check and checking Jabu. Like, Jabu's got 4 skulls, and the dungeon at Water Temple I'm going to check pretty much right away. I don't know why that one's been a little bit of a problem for me, but alright.
Oh, another big one.
That's actually important because I can confirm where the stone is now in Lake Hylia.
This is gonna be another case where shoot the sun is well. Actually, we didn't need to shoot the sun when we did ours, but I think we thought it was shoot the sun for a little while, and then it turned out to be eyeball frog.
Well, if it shoot the sun, I am not gonna be happy.
Yeah, because Shoot the Sun actually does have a little bit of a weird quirk in the 3D version. Because normally you could do Shoot the Sun whenever you wanted. In the N64 version. But the 3DS version is specifically checks for you to have beaten Water Temple in order to do Shoot the Sun. And I'm not sure why. Because technically, there's actually a Pierre spot you can hookshot to out in the Shoot the Sun, the little island where the fire arrows land on. And it's... I mean, for one, I'm not sure why that's even there in the vanilla game. But... but on top of that, it's just a weird decision to also require Water Temple to be beaten in order to spawn. I don't know. But it is the case.
Alright. Oh, it's Shoot the Sun. That's disgusting. I don't have Sun Song right now. And I don't have a bottle either.
Well, you're pretty close to 30 skulls. And we'll see here if this is going to be required or not. It could be that Water Temple is just down here. Maybe.
No, we already found Water Temple. This is ice. Vanilla ice is forest. That's good to know. I'm not going to go there until I get this sorted out.
So that also just means that Rudo's letter is kind of locking a lot at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Once you find Rudo's, you have a lot you can do. It's just, where could Rudo's be? Well, now we know that Rudo's can't be inside Ganon's castle, at least.
Oh, we've known that because Deku Tree is blocked behind it. Also gonna get Kajira right here before I forget.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you had Kajira just chilling over here. Just grab the chicken with the boomerang. Sure, it'll be fine. Look, Cyborg, Kajira's clearly fine. Kajiro didn't freak out and cause a giant swarm to attack you. He's fine.
Hey, I wanted to ask real quick if I could just say something.
Sure.
All right, so for those who are not aware, we are only $124 away from hitting the $6,000 goal. And if you're feeling generous and want to help out for this amazing cause, exclamation point donate in the chat. And hey, maybe if you donate something, I might match it.
There's a little bit of downtime here, so feel free to say anything.
Yeah, this point this is just kind of just going through the dungeon.
Oh yeah. Also, Bruto's got the silly idle animation here.
Yeah, if you stand still with her, she starts just making weird noises and flailing about on top of you. Not sure why, but she does it.
Well, since there's a bit of downtime, I guess I could read out a couple of things. For those who are wondering about the charity event that we are raising money for, which is OR, Organization for Autism Research, Fastest First Spring Spectacular, is once again raising money in support of OR, the Organization for Autism Research. OR's mission is to apply research to the challenges of autism. Their programs revolve around funding new research and disseminating evidence-based information in a way that is easily accessible and understandable by everyone. For more information, please visit them at www.researchautism.org.
Oh. Alright.
What is this? Well, that'll let you beat Fire Temple.
Another chest.
Jabu's just kind of stacked today. Which is pretty rare, honestly. Normally Jabu's like the opposite of stack, considering how few things there are in this dungeon. So that's a fun fact, the fact that you can just throw Rudo at these guys and specifically if she lands her butt on top of them, they'll die in one hit.
A small thing that I'm doing with the boomerang that only exists in Ocarina of Time 3D is that you can immediately pull it back to you by hitting the button again, and that works after hitting something. It's a really good way to optimize using the boomerang in this version of the game.
Oh yeah, it's really great.
This one's a little too far. That room's a little tricky. If you get hit, you kind of lose a little bit of time by the Beeries there. You don't want to touch them, and you want them to just get as close to you as possible.
Yeah, there's a bit of a timing in that room where you want to just you want to do it fast enough in order to just kill the tentacle up above, and then have all the Beeries be close enough to you where you can just throw a Deku Nut, and it'll allow you to just hit them with your sword and kill them. Because normally if you try to hit them, it'll just shock you. You get fire arrows for beating this.
Always fun when it just picks up like a major item like that.
Also, it'd be funny if, you know, Rudo, she came diving into Jabu because she lost a green rupee. That's the only reason she's in here.
think I've seen that happen. I don't. I think I've seen that happen.
And of course, this boss is done a little quicker if you just let him hit you. And he'll immediately turn around. So I don't know why, but Jabu Jabu in the 3D version, the fact that they just added in recolored grass into Jabu is just amusing to me. It's just like just slightly weird enough looking.
Oh, I missed twice. Normally a jump slash should just be able to hit that.
I think that said 27 there?
Mm-hmm.
Almost at 30, but that means once you do end up... Oh, once you're at 30, you can't just go beat Water Temple, which is nice. Oh. Unless Water Temple has a ton of time, I guess.
Kinda hope not.
Yeah, there's just one whole chest that's locked behind the Song of Time. You got everything else to do the dungeon.
It's actually a 1 in 2 chance that Song of Time is just vanilla here.
I mean, I'm kind of
I
expecting it
don't
to
have
be
Mega
more.
Man. Let's see. I'm gonna do Child Gorn City.
Yeah, I mean, you have everything for it.
And if I could just step in real quick, I do have one major announcement. We have met the $6,000 goal. We are currently at $6,026, and we've got plenty of donations to read through, if that is okay with y'all.
Go
Sure.
ahead.
Alrighty, we've got a $20 donation coming in from Keo Lover 16 with no comments, and we've got also a $20 donation from Ouija with also no comments, and then we've got a $20 donation coming in from Skyfox saying, "I didn't donate today. Thanks for the reminder, Ahmeds. I love Zelda randomizers, so now feels like as good as a time as any. Here's $20 for the Beat Saber run." With another $5 donation coming in from Rye Husky saying, "Can I compliment on the host for reading the donations? He sounds like he would be excellent for radio. Also, do you know why Ganon hates the internet? Because he has to navigate through all the links." And we also have a $21 donation coming in from Moonblaze saying, I just remembered I owed 21 bones for Talsar's fantastic Mechazoo run earlier, putting them towards Beat Saber because Derg." And as mentioned earlier, I have also donated $64 because, like I said, I'll match whatever was sent earlier. And let's hit that goal. We hit that goal, and just putting in some little extra into the Beat Saber run. Thank you, everybody, for all the wonderful donations.
So the timing for the pot is a little tricky. You have to time it just right to actually throw a bomb into the pot.
You only get something if it's the happy face, and it's now the timing is a little weird on it. It's not exactly the most intuitive thing.
Right, not much there.
Did you get the Hyrule Castle item?
I'm about to. I tried to get it earlier.
Yeah, because I remember you tried to get it earlier. Yeah, because that just came to mind. I was like, oh yeah, you tried to get it earlier, and then you forgot you didn't have ZL at the time.
I kind of want to get it now because of the fact that it's also a time of day item, and I need time of day to pass. Okay. Oh, yeah, I already opened it.
Yeah, you accidentally came in too early. There you go. You pretend like you just blew it up. Are you missing any trade quest items at this point, other than the eye drops that you know are in GTG?
One. There's one that's still missing. Gonna have to walk to Forest Temple. We need that egg to hatch, so we gotta wait a full night cycle for that to occur. It might lead to something because it becomes the pocket cuckoo. But it really depends on if there is something behind it, of course.
Yeah, at the moment, it's pretty much just trying to find Ruto's letter, because I kind of just unlock almost everything, honestly. I wonder if we'll get a Paradox letter. That would be funny.
I still have no bottles, is the problem with that.
So with minimal, can you just find other bottles that aren't?
Yes. All bottles are still shuffled. It's just I have found 0.
Yeah, you haven't found any, and it just made me think that you maybe they just like it was only Ruto's letter in the pool or something.
At this point, I think there's probably one bottle in ice. Probably one bottle in ice.
I wouldn't be surprised. Is that 28 or 29?
That's 29.
Okay. Well, yeah. So at least you have the one on top of Impa's house to grab. I'll just grab the one here. And... Actually, if you're on your way to Forest Temple, then yeah, you just get the one in SFM. Be good.
I was gonna get the one outside like in adult Kakariko for the last one. I mean, I could still like check fire. If that's a thing.
The question is if you want to.
Leaving this behind seems like a tricky thing to do. If I find the letter early, I probably should just bail.
Yeah, letter or... I mean, you still need to find Mirror Shield as well. That'll also be really nice. This is very quickly looking like inside Ganon's castle is gonna be either lights or Mirror Shield.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it has to be. There's a required double dip of Spirit Temple.
Yeah, which, I mean, kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Especially if you come in with Long Shot. Then that whole climb section, you cut out so much time.
I'll just grab this one.
Yeah, this one's not time of day dependent. You may as well.
I grabbed the ones outside because I wanted time of day to begin advancing.
Well, yeah. Oh yeah, and another reason why you might wonder why he switched to Master Sword specifically for this fight. These enemies, there are 2 enemies in the game that actually take more damage than Master Sword. That is, you know, the final Ganon fight, Pig Ganon, and these guys. For whatever reason, these guys take significantly more damage from Master Sword than they do from Big Goron Sword. And I'm really not sure why. My only guess is it may have been just like an oversight. That's about it. But I don't know.
My guess is the flare dancers are similar to the final fight where everything does 1 damage except for Master Sword, right? Something similar to that.
Yeah, maybe.
I forget the details.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's. If I remember, I'm pretty sure it's a Big Ganon works. Takes the same damage from everything except Master Sword. To be fair, it is an enemy where they... If you're just playing the game normally as intended, you would never be able to get Big Goron Sword by this point anyway. Now... fun little thing of dropping a bunch of bombs in this hole, which might be confusing of why you're bombing this one hole. Well, Lavagia's got this weird thing where the hitbox still exists. The hitbox for Lavagia still exists underneath the stage. Oh yeah.
I tried to go for a 2 cycle with BGS, I messed it up.
Yeah, so Lavagia's hitbox still exists underneath the stage, underneath the first hole, because as you walk in, that's like where Lavagia just sits, is underneath that first hole before the cutscene starts. And until Lavagia flies, that hitbox for the, I guess, quote-unquote cutscene Lavagia still exists underneath the floor. So during the fight, and even before the fight with glitches, you can just hit that hitbox enough and do damage to Lavagia. You can't kill Lavagia with that damage. Lavagia has to die to a sword swing. But... or hammer swing. Either or. But yeah, you can use the bomb explosions to significantly speed up the Volvagia fight.
I mean, I also had ice arrows, so ice arrows do more damage to Volvagia, so it's not like the worst thing.
Yeah, there's another funny thing. You'd never be able to have ice arrows at this point in the game, but they do more damage. Well, actually, I think ice arrows just do more damage in general than the other arrow types. Not even counting the ice effect.
Oh yeah. So there were 2 keys from beating the dungeon. So there's a bunch of items in the back. So
Which is kind of the worst case scenario, honestly. Fire Temple takes a while.
I don't want to come back here. I think that if it's Bruto's and Good Luck Minuet, which locks your progress back here, like a quick trip back here.
And yeah, Desru. Volvagia can drop a key because this is one of those. This dungeon and Fire Temple and Water Temple, the boss is basically accessible from the very beginning of the dungeon. So it is absolutely possible for you to find the boss key early in the dungeon, turn around, and the game expects you to beat the boss of the dungeon to get a small key to progress further in the dungeon for an item. It can totally roll that. That was a very aggressive slug.
Now, this is like pretty much that was what just happened here. I'm most likely couldn't get to the back of this dungeon without doing Volvagia beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, there's just a small chest there. I forget if the shortcut had what chest the shortcut had.
It was just a small chest.
Okay.
Like the wrong way in here.
Yeah, this is getting close to the point where you just start running through dungeons. So the reason why he skipped that small key there is actually
Only need 6.
yeah, there's actually one extra key in the pool, small key, that really doesn't do anything because the door is already unlocked. So that part at the start of the temple where you hammer away the blocks to open up a door, that actually normally the vanilla game has a lock on it, and you need a small key to get through it. Randomizer removed that small key, or sorry, removed that lock from the door, but the small key is still in the dungeon. Mostly because it ended up becoming kind of a nightmare logic-wise with that door. And it became significantly easier because, and logic nightmare because you'd have to assume that the player could either, take their first key and open up that door, or the door to continue the dungeon. You have to consider all the ways a player could potentially make the worst move possible with the keys. And so you have to have the logic consider the very, very worst ways a player could use their keys, so that way they don't accidentally soft lock themselves. And it ended up becoming just way less of a hassle, and the dungeon became a lot more streamlined when they just removed that key. Plus, there is one door in the back that you can just skip really easily.
Okay. Alright. So this is fun. Unfortunately there is the highest Goron is a Song of Time Lock Jack, and I can't get it in this version. You can't hit the hammer switch, so
Oh, you can't hammer the switch through the block in this version? Well, I hope it isn't something important.
see right now.
Yeah, as it turns out, Hover Boots kind of breaks a lot of things in this game. Small chest, you're good.
Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that route.
You have that key at the, or that door over there. Can you just backwalk in this in 3D to just get past that flame, or?
To get past the flame.
Yeah, the flame wall. Like, get to that door you went through. I know the
Yeah.
N64 version, you can just backwalk and you can bypass
Yeah,
that.
you can do that. Put this on so I don't forget about it.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure. So it's one of the many things where there's just like a lot of random small things that, you know, I'm just so used to just being trivial and N64 that might not be possible in this game. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. The 3DS version's just a little different.
You actually want to get on to to climb that ledge before the cutscene starts, otherwise you get frozen in place. That's a small difference there.
Yeah, and N64 version, you can just keep climbing objects while you're in a cutscene state.
Okay. Probably should have checked the...
I mean, at least now you can get it just fine.
Yeah, that's why I went over there.
Oh,
The bottle. Alright, I can do Ice Cavern.
assuming you can find another wallet, Paradox Letter is actually possible now.
The wallet's not necessary for Paradox.
Oh yeah,
Letter.
sure. Yeah, never mind. You have
But
access to
it
Ice Cavern.
doesn't matter either,
Yeah.
since Zora's Domain is still foolish.
Oh, that was Zora's Fountain was foolish.
Both of them are.
Ah. Oh, so when I say Paradox Letter, I mean that it is technically entirely possible for Ruto's letter to be on unfreezing King Zora. Let's just call it just Paradox Letter, because it's kind of a weird time paradox.
And that was also a bottle? Okay.
With blue fire in it, conveniently. Well, that makes the Routing Ice Cavern a little quicker.
Alright. Time to hope the boss key is not in the river chest.
So is swimming with iron boots not a thing in the 3D version?
Correct, it does not work.
These enemies never like cooperating, I swear. And
There we go.
that right there was momentary anti-gravity. Oh, there's Riddle, okay. That's really nice. Well, at the very least, now you know, even if it is river chest, that sucks, but you can
It's
get
not a
Son of
problem.
Time now. So that little weird thing you saw where you ran over the gap with hover boots and then side hopped and then Link just kind of flew in the air for like a second or two. It's a little thing called momentary anti-gravity, and there's just ceiling collisions are really weird in this game. They're extremely weird. And it just has the weird effect where if you kind of like go flying into a ceiling collision, like box at a, when it's like at a corner angle, the game just kind of lets you almost like ride along the top of the ceiling for like half a second. And that is just enough time to make it across. There's several gaps in the game that actually works on.
Also, I kinda hope that I have access to the boss key, otherwise this is a force-required double dip of Water Temple, which is actually really gross.
Oh yeah, the Gerudo Fortress anti-gravity is hilarious. I love that one. Yeah, it's probably because that ceiling is sloped in such an odd way. It just works, TM. Alright, now we're just at the point of needing either needing lights and mirror shield, and this we're in go mode. Almost there. And once we hit go mode, it's just a matter of getting through dungeons as fast as humanly possible. 'Cause at that point, we don't really need to check anything. We just need keys, and that's it.
Oh gosh, that's not a good sign. Wait, I have to check vanilla Bosky chest and then check, and then we'll do Dark Link and see.
3 more chests that could be Bosky. One of them we can't get.
Well, then we can't get until we go to Deku Tree, which is behind the letter that I just found in here. So, yeah.
He says, which temple is the hardest in Zuder? Define hardest, I guess, would be my question. In terms of, like, you know, requires the most amount of items to get, or, like, are you talking about just, like, hardest in general, just do?
Yeah, vanilla Bosky, okay.
Yeah, well, okay, at least you don't really need ton of time, at least. Hardest temple. I guess it's just pure, just difficulty-wise. I don't know, it'd end up probably either being Spirit or Shadow. But Shadow, you can, if you're not paying attention, you can easily fall off things. Spirit, I mean, the main danger in Spirit's just the Iron Knuckles fight. I mean, realistically, in terms of, like, you know, combat and stuff, this, once you know the game, it's honestly not too bad. It's not like, say, Link to the Past, where combat is still difficult, even when you're good at the game.
Gonna have to wait. If I got one more hit off on Morph, I actually would have been able to do a plastic kill in the water, but I wasn't gonna go for that with Morpha having extra health.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another fun thing. Morpha has more health in Ocarina of Time 3D than in Ocarina of Time. It's weird, and I don't understand why there's a difference.
It is a completely random change, yeah, I agree. Because in the original game, I think Morpho dies is just like 2 jump slashes and 2 big Goron sword jump slashes, and that's it.
See if I'm just gonna check and see if Dark Link is the last item here.
think I'll take this opportunity to remind people that all revenue from Twitch subscriptions and cheered bits received during Fastest First Spring Spectacular will be donated to our chosen charity or the Organization for Autism Research. Go fast and get yourself our Fastest First emote now, including our new PB Ball emotes. And don't forget to check and see if you have your free Prime Gaming sub available too.
I think one thing we forgot to mention, Long Shot was on 30 gold Skulltulas. That's the highest I put in the settings, and I jumped the 40 and 50 skull rewards. So high and by to Dark Link right there.
Yeah, 40 and 50 were disabled just because those can be really time consuming to get, especially if the seed is really mean. Because I actually remember from a race I did in like 6 months ago, I think.
I'll just
Where
do ice just to see if there's anything in it.
where it was your first strength was on 50 skulls and you only had access to 51 skulls logically because it was very, very, very mean on the placement of items. It didn't let you access half the skulls. You had to be very, very thorough. Oh, so Rudo, yeah, so Dark Link's health is actually based off of your max health. So it doesn't matter like how much health you go into the fight, and he's just like supposed to be a copy of you, like assuming you're at like full HP and everything. Which means the fact that Big Goron's sword does so much damage, if you come in there with 3 hearts, he just dies instantly. It's great. It also means you come into that fight with 20 hearts, it's incredibly annoying.
The upcoming a small trick that you can do in Ocarina of Time 3D in here. I'm just gonna go past this right here. Actually, if I could do movement properly. Land on this, and then you can go over that red ice and get into this room.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the red ice walls just don't extend all the way up to cover it.
Game!
Nice. You're returning the fish to the water, the solid water. It's still water, I'm sure he's fine.
My gosh, I have.
So yeah, there was.
What did I say?
There was a bottle in Ice Cavern.
Also, I'm not clutching the gold scale, everybody.
Yeah, gold skill kind of does nothing.
Really just here just to like double check and see if there is something in here. And I kind of just don't want to deal with just sitting there for like a minute waiting for sunrise. Oh, I'm gonna get Sun Song.
So yeah, Rudolph. So yeah, Dark Link, if you do the side swipe slashes, usually he's kind of weird with them. Assuming if you just have Master Sword, your best bet is literally just turn around and have him like run up behind you, and then you do a sideways swipe and you'll just hit him every time. You can't counter it because he's getting hit from like the very start of the hitbox.
There's bomb shoes right there. I think that in minimal, that's the only bomb shoe pack.
Nice.
It's a pack of 5 bomb shoes. Oh my gosh. Stupid egg text. Forgot about that. So yeah, you had to beat the water temple to get this. So that's
Which presumably locks on a time. But, I mean, at this point, it could just be 50-50 with Burning Cack, I think.
yeah, it's pretty much 50-50.
Yeah, the Pierre spot that just kind of exists for no real reason. That I'm not sure why anybody would ever use it in the first place.
We kind of misexplained what that red switch does. That red switch lowers and raises the water in Lake Hylia. That's a rando feature.
Mm-hmm. The feature doesn't exist in the vanilla game at all.
What?
Sometimes just having the lake lowered is, I mean, it's just faster. You don't have to swim as far. While I sit here and try to quietly pet my dog who's demanding attention while trying to do this.
All the pets.
It is hard to say no to a gigantic golden retriever who is hitting my leg with his paw repeatedly.
Aww.
This is a fun thing. One week. You can actually set the number of weeps in the randomizer, and you can do like a random amount.
Randomized weeps.
That. Really? Okay.
What is this Happy Cucko? Is that the one you hatch from the egg?
Yep.
I'm guessing.
That's the one you hatch from the egg.
Well, there's not too much else the big chest can be at this point. Well, it would have been nice to find earlier. But oh well.
Well, now I can set for his Wind and Ganon, so that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be the main nice part. You can climb all the way up, leave it. Oh, another item.
Might be the medallion here.
Oh, there's a medallion. That's our access to Ganon's castle. And also access to our last song.
Not sure why the setup don't work.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen the SOH stuff, and man, watching a video of OOT at like 60 FPS is just weird. It
I'm
breaks my
super
brain.
excited.
Honestly, it breaks my brain. I'm so used to my silky smooth 20 FPS that I'm just like, what is this? This is weird.
It was the same for me when I saw Mario 64, and honestly, it's incredibly enjoyable.
Yeah, it's Mario 64 60 FPS feels great, honestly. It's really fun.
It really does.
Yeah, really good progress. Just need to complete Forest and Spirit now.
Yeah, we still need to find your mirror shield, which, I mean, could just be in Ganon's castle. We know it's Way of the Hero.
Mm-hmm. If it's just in Ganon's castle, I will then just be able to complete the other two dungeons. If I don't find light arrows on the way, I'll then look for the hint with Ganondorf. So, like, I'll then check the hint for light arrows at that point.
Yeah, because if you go into the Ganondorf fight, like, you know, instead of all, like, the text exposition that normally plays in that cutscene, he just kind of turns around and is like, hey, I bet you didn't find your light arrows over here. He just tells you where they are.
Yep, vanilla. It's vanilla Song of Time.
Yeah, not that it ended up really. I guess it's required if eye drops are required.
Yeah.
Which means Burning Cack is just your minuet, which at this point doesn't really
It doesn't do
anything.
much now.
Okay,
Yeah, but-
Dexter, I'll pet you more. It's okay. Jeez.
I'm gonna go to Games next. If there's any light donations you want to say, feel free to say them before I go in there. If there aren't, I guess I'll say is it's not clear whether or not I have access to the item in here. I need, like, there's a 50-50 shot that it's behind Light Trail, and if it is, we're gonna need the final strength. And that can be anywhere.
Also, I do find it funny that the 3D version changed the Rainbow Bridge to have guardrails on it. It is amusing to imagine that they found enough people just fell down on their way to Ganon's castle or something. Most anticlimactic thing to happen after the cutscene.
Oh my gosh, dude. Well, guess we're hunting a mirror shield.
Yeah, this is just Mirror Shield Hunt.
Which can still be inside the light trial. There's nothing stopping it. Forgot that I didn't mark fire arrows earlier. So
Yeah, at this point, Mirror Shield could just be literally anywhere.
alright, we're setting for his wind in here. Just so it's not a pain to get back.
Yeah, so yeah, Light Trail is honestly a 50-50 shot, if only because it is 8 chests back there. And, well, there's 8 other chests that are just in the rest of Ganon's castle. And Light Trail is one of the only 2 things that actually hard requires Strength 3 in order to beat it.
None of the woods for light trial. It's
I mean, Mirror Shield could technically be back there, so...
yeah. There are 2 keys behind light trail too, which is kind of bad.
So with like Big Goron, and since there's multiple items you can hand into him, do you have to give them in the order that the game intends?
Not for
Okay.
Big Goron. For the for Kojiro and it's called the Odd Poultice in 3D. Those you have to give in order,
Hmm.
and it's just those. Speaking of, there's the last adult trade item. Oh, we didn't mention that it protects you from spikes, same as lava. We totally didn't mention that.
Just one of the many little quirks of OOT.
Yeah, the forest temple now.
Yeah, I think the way that it is they coded anything that like a hazard that you stand on that only does like an eighth of a heart of damage or whatever, like the lava. That just stand like you can just they're all coded the same as the same damage class basically is what I'm trying to say. They're all just basically like remodeled lava, more or less. Which I mean makes sense because Link has like the same animation when you take damage from him and all that.
I've given it thought, and if it's not here, I'm kind of low on items if it's not in forest.
I mean, so far you full cleared every dungeon. I mean, you have to, you may as well do forest because forest is one of those dungeons you kind of have to do everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a given.
You can't just start howling because you hear other people howl. You're just gonna cause even more people to howl. So how much do you have left to check? Like, assuming it's not in Forest Temple.
Like, the one chest and water, eye drops, and then I think I haven't done the Dune Peak Valley Hammer Rocks. Alright, that's one key, so most of the keys are on the way into the back. I'm gonna do a trick so I can potentially skip a long check. Alright, got it. That trick saves a key. Oh, and that's absolutely ideal. So I can skip the vanilla Bosky chest because that is confirmed a key now. That saves a lot of time. This is the other key. This dungeon does have quite a bit of downtime. A lot of people, like in race commentary, don't have much to say about Forest Temple.
Yeah, this is kind of a temple, kind of just because there's really no way to diverge it. You kind of just have to do everything. You come in here with your required items, and you just do the dungeon. That's Forest.
I think a fun story about like how these settings came to be. We had like a kickoff testing this style of settings for a race, but it was 6 medallion for the bridge and then 5 dungeons for the boss key instead of like do everything like this. The seed had a very peculiar requirement where you were supposed to go into the Forest Temple as child to get hover boots because of where the Forest Temple was.
Oh no.
Oh, it was funny. You could have it was possible to sequence break it.
Yeah. I remember actually the thing I had to do early Child Forest because of the weird thing with Sauna time blocks. Which actually is that the same in 3D where like Sauna time blocks, like some of them move through time, quote unquote?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same quirk.
Yeah, so there is a very weird quirk where, and this only works on some Sauna time blocks. It's not all of them. Where the Sauna time blocks actually do move through time. So, if you have
to
dungeon
interrupt,
entrance,
but that was a ridiculous fight.
yeah, no, that was actually a really good stuff. This fight. It's not often you get the double KO like that.
I think that's a first for me. You were saying?
So the fact that like if you have dungeon entrance randomizer and dungeon entrances randomized, and Forest Temple is accessible as child, it is totally possible to be able to go in a Forest Temple and you'll have access to Courtyard because well, the Sauna time block is gone for child, so you can actually hit all those checks before having Sauna time or a bow as adult. You might actually be needed to walk in as child to do stuff, and it's kind of amusing. Something that basically never comes up in the vanilla game. There's actually one point in the game where it's kind of hinted at, which is in Goron City. There's the Sauna time blocks that lead to the Scrub Grotto. And I think it's sort of hinted at that hey, you should place on a time here. And you'll see if you go change time, and it'll go back, and then you can kind of figure out that you can make a bridge of Sonic time blocks. But that's about the only time it ever actually comes up in the game, because otherwise Sonic time blocks are pretty much in adult exclusive areas. Unless you're playing Master Quest.
Alright, we got a big chest. There we are. Alright. No strength free required today.
Oh, there's the mirror shield.
So now, just gotta beat Spirit Temple. I don't think I found the boss key in Spirit yet. I think it's up at the top. So I gotta get that and beat Twin Rova.
Yeah, you're most of the way through Spirit, and you already have Ferrari's one.
If we do have a little bit of downtime, I figured I might as well say something real quick.
Sure.
So, for those who don't know, all weekend long, your donation to OR, the Organization for Autism Research, gets you entered to win prizes offered by members of the Fastest First community. Use the command !prizes in chat to see the full prize list. And of course, if you're feeling generous and want to donate to this wonderful cause, !donate in chat. And feel free to select whichever incentive or bid war is available. Personally, I would say Beat Saber Showcase.
Alright, to answer the question in chat, I thought the boss key was in that first big chest. I was referring to the boss key of Spirit Temple, which I don't think I've seen yet. The first big chest in Force was the boss key here.
Yeah, you didn't get the boss key in Spirit, which you'll just be on your way climbing up Spirit anyway, so it's no big deal. There's only 3 more chests left in there.
The last specifically the last chest that's not behind 5 keys in Spirit is the 5th key. So it's just up at the top. Oh, I checked that.
Just out of pure habit running Randomizer.
Yeah, that is pure habit. Right, because they have big Goron sword, this fight, the second phase of this fight is going to be a little tough. So if I do it right, it's a quick kill, and I'll just continue to go for it until I get it. Alright, got it.
Nice.
The hard part is getting that hit at the start. It is very... It's actually very precise, so... If we want to see like more memes, we hopefully get the one heart piece in the pool. But I doubt we're gonna see it.
There's one heart piece in the pool.
Yeah, it's the meme one, of course.
Oh, the winner heart piece.
Yeah, the winner heart piece. Yes. It's the only unique heart piece that's been like kept in for like both randomizers. Oh, what am I doing?
You autopiloted again.
I was mistaking which place was where. That's what I was doing. It's been...
You warped graveyard and you're like, time to grab my burning Caxon.
No, that's not why I went to CAC. I thought Spirit was at the well, and because I've seen Spirit at the well so many times. That's just me mistaking which place was where.
Yeah, Rudolph, this is it's a limited item pool, so there are no hearts, and like there's no extra bomb bags and no extra bows, and no extra slingshots that would like give you ammo upgrades.
Ignoring that chest over there because, like I said, it's a key. Like it's literally just the last key. I don't need to grab it.
And it's backflip. That is so weird they put that switch there.
It and the other switch in Spirit Trial, they moved.
I guess not enough people figured out they could just hit it through the gate, I guess? I don't know. I guess it's not like the most intuitive thing in the world to purposely hit it through the wall, but...
Oh yeah, that one too. The one in Water Temple is also moved.
Yeah, they moved any of the ones you had that you normally they'd expect you to like either like stab or jump slash it through the wall or something. That cutscene still has lag on the 3DS version. No, is there Roberto? That's funny. I mean, I'm not surprised. They probably just didn't change any of the gossip stones. Especially because they added in, like, their own hint gossip stone.
Gotta go over this way. There's a lot go on with this fight. This fight's like very random.
Yeah, this fight is pretty much RNG. I mean, honestly, this is actually pretty good cycles, all things considered. That hitbox went way further than I thought it would.
I was like, if Kurome went off to the right, I would have been able to use a little trick, and that's really only to hit her off to the right.
Yeah, you can do this phase slightly faster because every time you shoot at them with a ranged weapon, they'll spin and move.
If there's like a low chance that that in the second phase, they'll spin and then go to the place they're just at, and it's like a very low chance, but it kind of exists. Right, I'm assuming gold gauntlets are just behind this.
It's either that or they're just one of the trade quest items.
Well, I mean, there's not many places it could be at this point.
At
Guess
this point, yeah, it's a trade quest. Maybe those eye drops would have given you gold gauntlets.
Like I said, I was thinking the
Oh.
exact thing.
Well,
There's 3 golds for your prize.
golds for your prize when you basically went through everything in the game, so the golds don't actually do anything. Now back in here, the Ferraris wind and begin the final ascent. On our way to go cook some bacon, featuring Ganon.
Bacon.
That's... Desync them. Alright, that was all improv because I desynced them right at the start. That's my fault, but whatever.
I mean, that's true, yeah, the arguing had to get skipped because it's a pretty long cutscene of them arguing their way up.
Yeah, their arguing got skipped. Yeah, it's like a minute-long cutscene, so it got skipped in both randomizers. It's not just this one.
Oh yeah, and also, Ganon always has a, there's like a list of somewhat funny quotes he'll have before every fight. One of my favorites being him saying, "What, you're calling me the bad guy after what you did to Koholin Island?"
I got that last hit then. Okay.
Yeah, one cycling him in the 3D version is kind of awkward.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I died there like twice in practice, and I'm happy that didn't happen again because of missing a quick spin. And I missed the quick spin again. Like, goodness gracious, that's a problem. But whatever. Yeah, but because pretty much if you do get hit at this point, you're dead. So.
Yeah, with only 3 hearts, any of Ganon's and Ganondorf's attacks will just instant kill you. So you have to be a little bit more careful than normal.
All things considered, I was expecting a worse seed.
Yeah, it could have honestly gone a lot worse. I mean, this was almost 100% completion.
Yeah, it was. It's hard not to in this, just because, like, in this one in particular,
Hmm.
I had to go everywhere. I guess the only place I really could have avoided was going back into Fire Temple at this. That's oh well. That's a tough call. So, for this fight, I have to do 10 hits for the first phase, and then 5 jump sessions for the second.
Alright. So as we do, we like to make bacon no OT rando. First, you gotta hit him with the tenderizer. You gotta take the mallet, and tenderize the meat a little bit.
That's right.
Alright, now that the meat's been tenderized a pretty good bit from the amount of mallet hits, that's where you gotta start taking slices of bacon off. About 5 slices should do.
Alright, get ready on time.
And here comes Zelda with the air fryer.
Oh my god. Time. So,
That's a GG's.
yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this showcase of Ocarina of Time's Reading Randomizer. What time did I get by chance?
Timer says 3 hours, 29 minutes, and 12 seconds.
Okay. Alright, so that's good. I think the worst thing that could have happened was like I made my estimate high for like the worst case scenario. Just having like the worst seed possible. I've rolled several really bad seeds like doing this. I think I had one that was just so bad I didn't even, it was like one I didn't stream. I actually had 30 Skulls Forest Med, and it didn't you had to get the Forest Medallion without a hookshot or a boomerang. It was awful. That was probably the worst seed I played, like probably like the worst early progression, and it was not great. Otherwise, been good. I actually, while I was talking, I meant to show something off, but there's an in-game tracker that you can use. I didn't show it off, but if I had pressed select at any point, I would have been able to display the in-game tracker. Like, there's one that just exists within the randomizer. Like, I can show off what the randomizer looks like right here. Like, it gets the job done, but this is on a console. Like I've been playing on console this entire time, and you can just have settings files, you can have cosmetic settings, and you can generate seeds on the on the on your 3DS itself. You just have to uh just mod like soft mod the 3DS, and that's all you need to do.
That is honestly impressive. And that run was absolutely outstanding.
That I don't think there are any other things that I have to say. But thank you all for having me. And
I mean, if anything, you can always shout yourself out, or if there's anybody you want to shout out as well, that could work.
all right. Oh, I have to give a shout. Shouts to the and
Oh no.
I'll give a shout outs to Game Stable. I'm not sure if he's here right now. I've known him since I've first been involved in speedrunning, and this is 10 years in the past. Okay, and he's the lead dev for this randomizer. Like, and he was a little kid when I first met him, so it's silly to think about that. We've eh. um it just shows how far this community has gone. We both were involved in Ocarina of Time 3D speedrunning for quite a long time. Uh, so the Ocarina of Time randomizer community, it's not really super active right now, but that's uh, if you want to learn more about this randomizer, feel free to join that if you haven't. I don't have an invite. I apologize. Um, and
Is-
shout out to the Ocarina of Time 3D speedrunning community. Everybody's there.
So I'm sorry, I had to step away for just a moment because my other dog started howling really loud. I go like, oh no.
I was wondering what that was.
Yeah. I think if he gets left alone in a room for long enough time, he just starts howling really loudly.
Right, so my shout outs are done, so you can take it away from here, Ahmeds.